Yeah, I mean it's been a big step. I mean, obviously the Superstock 600 is like an entry-level class into the British Championship, and we ended on 2 years in that, and then jumped straight on the Superbike. So it was a big step, and the last 2 years have been like a really steep learning curve. But to be honest, I mean we've had some great results throughout them 2 seasons, and with last year being a shorter season and stuff like that, it was difficult to get some momentum going. So I think coming into a full season's racing and getting some testing in close to when we start racing, I think we're in a good position now. I think I've had a lot of time to learn and bond with the team. Staying with the same team for the 3rd year is always great. So really looking forward to getting into this season, really. Well, we started the season off relatively well, to be honest. Like, testing went really well. We was very fast in testing and stuff like that. The first round was great. First 3 races, just solid, consistent, top 10 results. It was like, cool, that's a good place to start from. We got to the first race at Snetterton, another good result, another top 10. And to be honest, we just, from then on, we had a few incidents and bits and bobs, like crashes, and we seemed to lose our rhythm a little bit. And then we had a best result of my Superbike career, and it was nice 5th place, which was good, but it was iffy conditions and things like that. So it's never, to me, my best position is still 7th, because that's a dry result. And 5th place was in these iffy conditions. So it's always nice to get that, but it's one of them seasons. It was a tough year, but it was good. We learnt a lot, and there's a lot of stuff that I've learnt, as in riding wise and stuff like that, I can take on to this year, and just come in with a different approach, really. That's the main thing for this year. Right, it's actually quite interesting getting on the new bike. I mean, we're using the same engine from last year, but we have got the new fairings and stuff like that, and also the team have invested in getting all the up-to-date Öhlins and stuff like that. So there's a couple of new parts for me to try. And actually, interestingly, I actually think like the aerodynamics of the new fairings do help with like wheelie and stuff like that. At Silverstone, at like the fast 2nd gear corner, there wasn't as much wheelie. The bike was dead, it was planted, it was driving forward really well. Whether or not that was the wind, the headwind, stuff like that, it could have helped, but it'd be interesting to bring those parts to different circuits, like here at Snetterton, and see if it has a similar effect. But I was really happy with the bike, really happy with the team. We worked really well. And it was just getting back on the bike for the first time. That was the main thing. Just swing my leg back over it, get back used to the Superbike. I hadn't ridden it in 6 months, so it was nice to get back out there and just get comfortable again. By the end of the test, we was fastest I've ever been around Silverstone without really looking for time. So it's a very positive thing, and we're just looking forward to keeping this progression going and getting to the first round. To be honest, the best thing, the thing that I want to do is just be able to get the most out of every weekend, like of the situation that we've got. Whether we're struggling in the weekend, and can't quite get the bike right. Maybe I'm not quite feeling great. Whatever it is, I want to try and make the best out of whatever we have that weekend, and not try and make every weekend my best weekend, because it's impossible. And I think that's the wrong outlook that I've had in the previous seasons. Even when it's been a bad weekend, I'm trying to make it my best weekend, and that's when crashes and mistakes happen. So I think if we can just make the best out of every weekend, whatever that situation may be, then I think we can have a good season and see some great results. The close season, to be honest with you, I'm actually really looking forward to, especially like we've got like 4 rounds, I think it is, back to back. I actually really like that. I like being on a bike all the time. It's what we love doing, and also it keeps you up to speed a little bit more. It makes the FP1, FP2 a little bit easier. You don't have to get yourself back up to speed and get used to the speed of the bike and stuff like that. So I'm excited to get into that and have a really full-on season from when we get started at the end of June, and also to have a full season again. I think that's going to be such a nice feeling, having a showdown and everything, and putting a bit more of a strategy, a bit more of a long-term strategy in place for the season. So yeah, be good.